If you can hear me. Obviously, if you can't hear me, you won't hear what I'm saying, but you get what I mean. Where are we? Chat. Yep. So I've obviously got a problem with trying to schedule this through YouTube as well. I'm doing this on Restream. But, I think I might need to click something else. I need to push more buttons. You know what it's like when you push buttons. So, yeah, if anyone lets me know, is the sound all right? Can you see me? I know it must be a horrible thing to do, being able to see me, but there you go. Beth, hello. Yep. That's good to see. At least it's working. Right, a little bit of an explanation about earlier on. I drove down to Rotten Row where I did my walk because I thought it'd be nice to do a video from down there. You know, just something a little bit different, a bit nicer, rather than just doing the same walk that I normally do. And when I got there, I thought, how long is this walk going to take? And how big is the video file going to be? How long is it going to take to upload, to render and upload to YouTube? And I thought possibly it'd be better if I just hit live and then see what happens. And that's what I did. That's why I didn't schedule it, because I literally, as I was getting out the car, I thought, sod it, just hit live. So I did. And I know it didn't look the best, but to be fair, I had my camera, my phone, was trying to lock my door with my car keys. I had my lav mic on, and I was trying to hold onto the receiver for that, and walk with a gammy leg and talk when I was breathless. So the fact that I managed to walk at all and get back to my car, I'm taking as a huge plus. So, did it go all right? Well, I don't know. I couldn't see it. I could barely see anything coming up on the screen as well. So I did catch a couple of comments, but with it being sunny and struggling with the one hand, it was difficult, and I couldn't really reply to what was going on. But I'm glad I did it. If it was all right, would you want to see more like that? More walks in different places? Because there are some places around Southport that are genuinely lovely. There's the Botanic Gardens up in Churchtown. Really, really nice. I haven't been there for decades, to be honest with you. I think that'd be worth going up and just checking that out on a nice sunny day. I park up near the beach quite regularly, so why don't I just get out the car and have a little bit of a walk around where that is, the beach, the marine lake. That's Marine Lake's lovely, even though that's where we had our wedding reception. That didn't all go to plan, but you know, we're still friends and we got a lovely daughter out of it, so not bothered. These things happen. But I'll at least show you around there. Look, Southport's really lovely. It gets a bad reputation at times, which I don't think it deserves. It is a bit of a rundown Victorian seaside town, but it's a nice one. I've been here 32 years. It's fairly quiet, quite pretty. Where we are as well, especially, it's really quiet up because we're on the outskirts of the town. So I like it. Not much crime, not loads of noise, although some families have just had kids or moved in with kids. So before that, most of the other kids had grown up and it was quiet. It's quite nice to hear kids out in the street playing now, so I know it's safe for them out there. And hearing a child laughing and enjoying themselves, quite a nice thing to do. So I'm quite happy with that. But yeah, I'll try and think of some other places. I've still got to go to the British Lawnmower Museum. I said I would. That looks an absolutely incredible place. Yeah, so definitely doing that. Oh, and by the way, I have a pen. Forewarned is forearmed and all that jazz. But yeah, the British Lawnmower Museum, which is not far from here, I think it's about a mile and a half away. I used to live in the street that it's on, and I never ever went in there, despite the fact that I used to go past there almost daily. I'll have to go in and check that out. I think Hilda Ogden's lawnmower is in there, which is in itself, that should be enough to go and check it out. Hilda Ogden, by the way, is a character from a British soap called Coronation Street, for those who are not from here. Nicholas Parsons' lawnmower is in there as well. Again, why would you not want to go and see that if it's in your hometown? And also, talking about my hometown, my actual hometown, Liverpool, when I do eventually have to go back into the office, I think I'm going to start taking my camera out, or my phone out anyway. Go on lunch hours and, dinner hours. Oh, I hate it when I say lunch, it's such a Tory word. My dinner hour, go out and just do some videos down by the pier head, see the river, see the ships coming in and out. Because we do have, there was a couple of years ago, we had all three queens, the Queen Mary, the Queen Elizabeth II, or Queen something, and all three of them were in at the same time. Massive, massive ships, and it looked absolutely amazing. So I think it'd be good to catch some stuff like that. We've had aircraft carriers come in, we've had submarines, and it's just there, just around the corner from where I work. From certain floors in the building, you can actually see the river, so we are that close. I think I should be able to just get out and start doing some stuff. Not just the usual stuff either. Surrounded by Beatles and football, I know, but everyone does that, so I will show you a little bit of something else. Especially places like, if you've seen me podcast, the artwork for the podcast on Spotify is the back of the town hall, looking through exchange flags. It's one of my favourite places in Liverpool. It's really, really gorgeous place. There's cobbles in there, there's statues, it's just absolutely stunning. And I have to walk through there to get to work every day, or I did when I was actually in the office, not when I was working from home, being a bone-eyed or melty-faced gimp. But, when I do eventually end up going back in there, I will take people for a little wander around. Exchange flags is also where the Western Approaches is. And of course, the Western Approaches is the bunker where during the Second World War, the war in the Atlantic between our ships and the American U-boats was won, and it was won by very, very smart women. There was a thing on Sky, might have been a Discovery or a History Channel program called the U-Boat War Gamers, I think it was called, which is a sort of dramatisation and documentary interlaced series about what happened. It's absolutely fascinating. I walk past there all the time, and I didn't know half the things that were going on in there. So if you get a chance, Google it. I'm sure it's U-Boat War Games. Absolutely superb. The women who were involved were off the scale in terms of what they did, especially for women within the armed forces, and how they helped save lives and shorten the war. Not quite up there with Bletchley Park, but I think they should be. I think they should be mentioned in that same breath. I'll be able to get you some pictures of there, I think some video. I might even go in there. You can pay to go on the tour, and again, I walk past there all the time. I've never been in on the tour. Why not? It's there. But I'll go and do that. And then go past some of my favourite pubs that I'm not going in because I can't. Because if I do, I'm putting myself at risk of being further strokified, and we don't want that, do we? Well, I don't want that anyway, because I've had enough of it. Yeah, but that's for the future. Anyway, this week has been so strange. Mum and Dad went away on Saturday, went to Portugal, and last week, so they've been away for a week, and last night was the first time where I missed them. I felt lonely. Stupid. My nephew's here, but he's 22. He's upstairs in his room gaming. So I see him when he comes to empty the fridge. That's about it. But normally I don't mind. I'm quite happy in my own company. I'm all right just messing around on YouTube or Twitter or whatever I'm doing. But last night I just found myself sitting in the different room, in my part of the front room. It's got knocked through, like, so they have their little section, I have my little section. Normally chatting between us, if there's boxing on like there was last night, me and my dad will be talking about what's happening. And I was just sat there on my own. It was dark down one end, I had the boxing on, and I was alone. I thought, I don't half miss them. That was the only time this week that happened. Today I was all right again. But it just shows you the noise. That's what I missed. Not necessarily the people being around, but just that hum in the background, the noise of someone in the kitchen clinking plates and cups in the washing. They're doing the washing up, or the sound of the washing machine, or something just human, the sound of humans, and it wasn't there. So that felt a little bit uneasy last night. But I'm a 50-year-old man. I'm an adult. I shouldn't be that worried about my own company. But they're back on Saturday anyway. And then give it a couple of days, and I'll be like, I wish they'd piss off back to Portugal, because it always happens. But yeah. So this week has been a bit odd. And I've been off all week. And now here we are on Sunday. I'm back in work on Monday. I've got a case waiting for me. So I don't want to say nervous, but I don't know, apprehensive. Don't know what it is. But I think what it feels like is when you stood at the side of a pool ready to dive in, and it's just that half a second before you actually commit and go for it. I think that's how I feel. And once I do my first case and get it over and done with, I'll just be sound, that's done, ticked, and then start getting back into that daily grind of doing the work that comes in. So you never know, I might have a panic attack or something later when it hits me, but I think I'll be alright. Yeah. What else? Sure, there was something else I wanted to say. Possibly not. Yeah, but that's been weird. But I have to say, to the people that joined me earlier on the stream, to everyone, especially in the RDA community, it sort of kept me amused, even when I've just been ninjaing in and out. It's been nice. It took my mind off the occasions where I felt a little bit sort of lonely, but not been on my own, have I? There's always been someone there. And that goes for my friends as well, who have been texting me and making sure I'm all right. Also, a thank you to my sister. I mentioned this in one of my videos the other day. This is my sister who, when she wanted to make warm milk, poured a pint of milk into the kettle and put it on. And it was the most repulsive smell on earth. It lingered in the kitchen for days and days afterwards. We needed a new kettle, obviously. And she has taught herself to cook, and she's really, really good at it. I didn't know what I was having for my tea tonight. She just turned up 4 curries and a load of rice and poppadoms and what have you that she'd made. So me and the lad fed for the next couple of days. It was fit. She made one last week as well, and that was absolutely gorgeous. So she said, if you need anything else this week, give us a shout. Straight away, I could look at him, her son, my nephew upstairs, his eyes lit up. So I think we'll be having another curry at some point this week. And also got a friend around the corner who I've known for a very long time, who is Indian, from Birmingham. Her mum and dad were Indian. And she cooks some of the most incredible food I have ever tasted in my life. So she said next time I go around there, I'll be able to have a good scran, bring some home. So I think I might go and see her this week, see how she's doing, and obviously get fed, because I need to put weight on because I'm a skinny sod. Oh, I also need to do my blood pressure and my weight for the week, because it is Sunday, and I do that every week because I don't want to end up in hospital again. Yeah. So no sponsorship, but if you have a look on Amazon or Argos for the little mini blood pressure machines that you can get, they're only about 20 quid, $25. Then about 23, 24 euros, whatever it is. Get one. If I'd have used the one that we have, there's a good chance I would never have ended up in hospital in the first place. Blood pressure, man, you can't be too careful with it. Go and get one. It's worth it. 20 quid. What is it? The price of 2 or 3 bottles of wine. Worth it. Also, Beck's Blue and Iceberg Merlot, alcohol free. They have been getting me through these times, genuinely. Especially the boxing, like I say, it's something that me and my dad do all the time. We watch the boxing or rugby league when that's on. We'll sit and have a glass of wine and we'll talk about it. And I missed that when I was in the hospital. I really missed it. And I missed it most. He had his 70th birthday in the October while I was in the hospital. It was the one and only time when I was in there that I wanted a glass of wine. And it wasn't that I wanted the wine. What I wanted was to be back in the house, raising a glass with my dad for his birthday. 70, I know he's had loads of birthdays, but it's not like a 50 or a 40 or a 21st, but even so, it was like for me, it was a big deal missing it. And I felt a little bit guilty for that, but obviously I couldn't feel guilty because I didn't decide to go into hospital, it just happened. But I did that one day, I wanted a glass of wine with my dad. So now, if we're at home and there's something on, he has his proper wine, I have my shite wine. So we still have a glass together, but I can get to 2 o'clock in the morning after having a load of this, and my daughter rings, can you come and pick me up? Yeah, no problem. I've got 2 bottles of wine, I'll come and pick it up, because there's no alcohol at all. And it's great being able to do that, because there are times when she does need a lift. And like I said in my stream earlier on, for me it's bonus time, because she doesn't live with me. She lives with her mum. So anytime I get with her, even if it's just 5 minutes in the car, I love it. Just bonus time. Little bits of time where in years to come, if she goes to university or she ends up getting married or moving out or moving away to a different town or city or something, there'll be silly little things like that I'll think of. Songs that we're playing, but we're talking about me taking the piss, talking about a tailectomy and being created in a lab with things like that. That will hit me, I suppose. Yeah. But anyway, I need to find out how to do this restream thing where it actually shows up on YouTube, or do I schedule it in YouTube and link it to restream? I don't know. I'm not a Luddite, but a lot of this is way beyond me. Plus, I need to go back and watch that stream from earlier on to see what went right, what went wrong, and whether or not I need to do something differently. I was going to do it on restream, which I'm doing this on now on the phone, but that just didn't seem to be working at all. So I had to do it directly from YouTube, which I know everyone I've seen on YouTube has said it's particularly awful going live directly from the app. But I suppose if I'm out and about, there's not much else I can do. But yeah, anyway, the pen's still got loads of ink. So if you've got any comments at all about the stream earlier on, or how this went, or anything, let me know, because I do need to learn these things. And the only way I can do that is by having feedback from your wonderful selves. So yeah, I'm going to go anyway, because I need to. And also you need to get the rest of your day back. To anyone who's here, thank you very much. And I will hope to see you again. Don't go changing. Oh God, I made myself sick.